Kalen Patterson in Chicago at the Universe. PNBA is just running shop up here, and I'm here with one of the competitors. I mean, God, I love this. I get goosebumps about it. You guys on stage looking like you're doing, man, that's got to be exciting. As a competitor, you got to feel just all kinds of excitement. How do you rein it in with this many top names, this kind of city, this kind of environment where everything's going on, and you still step on stage looking like $1 million and feeling even more?
Well, thank you. Couldn't pass this one up, man. I wasn't planning on doing it really per se, but you know.
Yeah, St. Louis, you said you.
Yeah, I think I said that twice. I was done, but
Yeah.
This one here, yeah, with all the big names coming out and being a local show and
being a local.
Being a local, yeah, it's great, man. And they had a pretty good number of guys, and a lot of them I'd never seen before, and just looked phenomenal too. On top of it, so I was really surprised.
Now, I got to ask Cliff, because, everybody understood that you were just going to stop and you're going to take the break and spend time with family, and address their issues. And, you really did good with coming back the way you did, because I know you were ready in your mind. And then what brought the turnaround? And, Cliff, how did you get him dialed in like that?
Mike never lets his weight stray too far from contest shape, so that always makes it easy. A lot of guys, as soon as their contest season's over, they're instantly just pounding the food.
Mm-hmm.
Mike never really does that. His prep is always pretty relaxed.
Yeah. Real comfortable with it.
Nothing too extreme. So when he's done with his contest season, there's no extreme rebound of just needing to force the food in. So
that's not always true. I stayed pretty focused, knowing that I might do more, and it just kind of came easy. Everything came together. I had a pretty hectic schedule. We had a family vacation in between shows, but I stayed real focused and kept busy and just kept focused,
Now, as a prep coach, that's got to be a great feeling, knowing, when you're there, he's there.
Yeah. Me and Mike have been working together a long time. He was one of the first guys I ever worked with. So
and he's looking really good.
We've got a good relationship. I know what works for him, and he knows how much time to give me, and we can communicate that. So we're a good team at this point for sure.
And John, I got to touch on this, because we as fans, we show up a lot of shows, and a show this size with this many top names, with this kind of competition, as a coach, as a competitor, how do you take this kind of moment and relay it to when you're training people to get them past that sticking point?
Well, we showed up here. This is our first time that we've ever been to a PNBA show, so we're kind of looking at this to see what the organization's about, to see what they're looking for, and definitely a lot of the top names came out of the woodworks to do this show. So, judging by the call-outs and judging by what I saw on stage, this show, it could go a number of ways based off of what the judges are looking at, or if they're going off call-outs. This is definitely a different show. I like the way it's been run so far. It's been nice and smooth. It's just my first experience. So I don't have a whole lot of feedback yet. I'll know more tonight, after I watch everything and see how it's run. But I like it quite a bit so far.
Yeah, I think Denny has put it together well, and I have to say, with a heavy heart, I'm just sad that Kimmy couldn't be here. She did so much of the background, so much of the homework, so much of the setup. This whole thing was basically, Kimmy bringing it together for this area, so much going on. Kimmy, my God, I can't even say, but, just the fact that it did come together so well lets you know that she did the work that was necessary. And like you said, it's running smooth, so that my goodness, words just escape me right now. But as a coach, when you're seeing this kind of environment and knowing that natural bodybuilding is progressing the way it's progressing, how do you feel, going forward?
Well, I like that they opened this show up to let crossovers from other organizations, other pros. They pretty much opened it up and invited folks over. And we had our guy, Brian, took advantage of that. Brian Graff made his pro debut here. We had a couple others that were interested. I like that. I like what they're doing. I think it's good for natural bodybuilding as a sport. Hopefully,
you have to grow.
Yeah, if the heads of the organizations are listening right now, this is what natural bodybuilding needs. It needs to be unified. and by letting a lot of the crossovers happen, like the DFAC does and the PNBA is doing now, I think that's good. So I'm pretty happy with what they're doing.
I'm very excited, especially in the future. And we're talking again right now with Mike. Mike, it's a competition. How do you think you did?
Well, I thought I prepared pretty well for it. Watching those guys up there, though, I was just pretty boggled on seeing some of them. You know, the musculature and condition. Man, you know.
That's why you guys are pros.
I never get to see myself up there, so it's hard to compare. But I was really impressed.
I'm always impressed with what you and Cliff have been doing to progress with you and how you're stepping on stage. And I mean, it's hard to look at a guy's glutes and not get excited. But anyway, only at bodybuilding, right? Huh? You were doing good, man. I appreciate the work you've been doing. I mean, 'cause, you know, your legs pop. You just got that thing where your legs just pop on stage, but when you turn around and have the glutes tie in now, I mean that's a big improvement. So what are you guys doing? It's just working. I know you got to get your rest in. I appreciate it, Cliff.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, Kalen.
Thanks for the invite.
John, always a pleasure. Always a pleasure, man. You're cool as all get out. Midwest Muscle, everybody, just the universe is just going on and popping. More for the night show. Happy to see anybody that steps out here, do the work. You get on stage looking like this. Kaylin Patterson, Heather, great job. We are out.